Now we'll discuss the topic of universal design and how it can make the church a more welcoming and inclusive environment. Perhaps you can already think of ways that your church is a welcoming congregation. For example, perhaps your church has an entrance with a ramp so that elderly congregants who use a cane, walker, or wheelchair can easily enter the building. Perhaps your ushers provide assistive hearing devices for church members or visitors who are hard of hearing. It's easy to see how these members of your congregation need just a little bit of accommodation so that they can be included in your church services. Even though they are different in how they move or hear, they are a part of the church like everyone else. Autistic and other neurodiverse church members are similar in this way, except they have invisible differences. Some have sensory differences, and some have cognitive or brain differences. These church members can be children, teenagers, or adults, and though they may process information differently, respond differently, or act differently, they are still benefiting from being a part of a church just like everyone else. So what does it mean for a church to accept or even promote neurodiversity? Well, we actually already live in a world that has accommodations for differences. However, most of the time we don't notice these accommodations because they are part of our everyday lives. Think about the average city sidewalk. Many sidewalks have curb cuts, which are the small ramps that lead down to the street. And who uses these curb cuts? The answer is anybody. A woman in a wheelchair, a dad pushing a stroller, children on roller skates, or businesswomen with rolling briefcases. Although curb cuts are specifically designed to help people who need them, these sidewalk modifications end up helping everyone, because even though you might not always need them, at some point you will, like when you travel with a rolling suitcase or ride your bike around town. So how do we make curb cuts in churches? In schools, this is called universal design for learning, when teachers create materials and systems that benefit all students. In churches, we can call this universal design for worship. Similar to the schools, churches might focus on representing church information and religious messages in multiple ways for church members to understand. They might also provide multiple means of expression, which would translate into different ways for members to praise and worship. Lastly, churches would allow for various means of engagement, in which church members could be involved in ways that match and are appropriate to their needs, abilities, and interests. We recognize that congregations differ with regard to the types of worship services offered, as well as the different parts of a worship service, so congregations should take the time to discuss ways to tailor and personalize these concepts to their own churches.